dear Elizabeth. In vain I have struggled, but it will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire him. I know you are beneath me, and I know Lady Catherine de Bourgh will never approve, but please, will you do me the honor of taking my hand in marriage?
But I cannot. I have never desired your good opinion, and you have certainly bestowed it most unwillingly. I am sorry to have occasioned pain to anyone. It has been most unconsciously done, however, and I hope it will be short of duration. The feelings which, you tell me, have long prevented the acknowledgment of your regard can have little difficulty in overcoming it after this explanation.
With Elizabeth, Jane Austen demonstrates her unique sense of pride. Despite her status, which is not as high as Darcy's or other characters like Lady Catherine de Bourgh's, she has quite a bit of confidence in herself. In this scene, she rejects a proposal from Mr. Darcy, a wealthy man who would ensure that she lived at a high standard. In a society where status is everything, rejecting a proposal from someone with such a high status is unheard of. Yet Elizabeth goes against this with her own opinion of marriage and love. Elizabeth conveys the idea that she does not need a man to be successful, as she thinks highly of herself on her own. This demonstrates her pride because she values her sense of self-worth over her status and image. I'm convinced that Darcy's pride would receive a deeper wound from the want of importance in his friends' connections than from their want of sense. I'm quite decided at last that he had been partly governed by the worst kind of pride, and partly by the wish of retaining Mr. Bingley for his sister.
Darcy refuses to put away his pride in order to express his love. He truly believes that he is above Elizabeth, and because of this, is unable to be honest about his feelings without hurting hers. Austen creates such a proposal to demonstrate Darcy's pride in his status and Elizabeth's pride in her personal beliefs. This scene demonstrates Elizabeth's romanticism and difference when it comes to marrying for love rather than for money.
Oh, then sometime or other we shall be happy to hear you. Our instrument is a capital one, probably superior to... You shall try it some day. Do your sisters play and sing?
One of them does.
Why did you not all learn? You ought to have learned. The Miss Webbs all play, and their father is not so good an income as yours. Do you draw?
No, not at all.
What? None of you?
No, not one.
That is very strange, but I suppose you had no opportunity. Your mother should have taken you to town every spring for the benefit of masters. Austen uses direct address to portray the full extent of Lady Catherine's pride. Lady Catherine's attempt to tell everybody what to do shows how she holds herself at a higher standard than the peasant folk, as she sees Elizabeth. Her self-esteem and ego is shown by how she always believes that she knows what is best. Lady Catherine's pride differs from Darcy's in the way that she tries to make everybody else do the things the way she believes they should be done, whereas Darcy just looks down on everybody he believes is lower than him. This shows how people regard the different classes in society. Austen uses Lady Catherine's pride to portray a definitive line between the classes. Lady Catherine's pride in her class and her society makes her believe that she is superior to everybody else.
Austen demonstrates how pride can take different forms. Elizabeth is confident in herself and her values, whereas Darcy is proud of his status within society and has high expectations for his future. Then there is Lady Catherine, whose high ego and stubborn mentality separate her sense of pride from Darcy's. Pride is an important part of society during this era, especially with the emphasis on social status, making it a driving concept of the plot in this novel.